Are you ready to throw in the towel and go home? What's up, my party people? My name is Lindsey, and I'm doing a special series on my channel about living, teaching, and working abroad in Spain. Basically, I want to share all my insider tips with you guys, so you have a fun, positive, and successful experience abroad. So if you're into that sort of thing, please like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend, and let's get into the video. So moving abroad doesn't always go as planned, and don't worry, there's no shame in that, okay? If things just don't go as planned and you think, okay, maybe I think I'm ready to go home, then it's totally okay. No shame in your game. So to give you guys some perspective, I've actually moved abroad to Spain 3 times and once to Mexico. All right, so after I moved to Mexico, I was planning to be there 6 months and I left after 3 months. The first time I moved to Spain, the first 2 times, I stayed beyond what I was supposed to stay and I had an amazing time. But then the 3rd time I moved to Spain, which was 7 years later, everything was totally different and it was just not what I was expecting. So in this video, I'm just gonna share with you the tips that I realized that were really red flags that, hey Lindsey, I think it's time to go home. So if you're thinking about going home, here are the signs or the tips that might help you make the right decision. Number 1, if your situation is making you physically ill or mentally ill, then it's probably time to go home. And what I mean by that is if you physically feel sick a lot, if you feel fatigue, if you feel like you can't do your job right, if you feel depressed, just unhappy every day, maybe you have anxiety, maybe you're gaining weight or losing weight a lot, losing a lot of weight. Overall, if you feel that your quality of life is decreasing day by day, this might be sign number 1 that it's time to go home. So number 2, another thing might be is if your debts are piling up, you're living on your credit card, or you're just not making enough money to survive abroad. Maybe you are having an awesome time, but if your priorities aren't straight and you aren't taking care of your finances, the reality is that your problems are only going to get worse until you address those issues. And maybe just going home and working and paying off those debts is the first thing you need to do before you actually decide to move and live abroad long term. Number 3, you're complaining every day about your new life abroad. It might be the food, it might be the culture, your new job, the schedule, the routine. Maybe you don't like riding on the metro every day. Maybe you're tired of speaking another language every day. Maybe the weather's raining all the time. If there's just something every day that makes you unhappy and you just actually are being kind of annoying to those around you constantly and you find that you don't even have that many friends abroad, maybe this is a sign that things just aren't working out. So sign number 4. If you're talking to your friends back home, texting, Skyping, FaceTiming, or your family constantly, and you're actually doing that more than spending time with your new friends abroad, or maybe you just not even motivated to make new friends abroad, then maybe your life is still at home and the new place is just not for you. Number 5. Maybe what you moved abroad for didn't turn out to be exactly what you expected. Maybe the job that you moved abroad for was, in your mind, one thing, and when you got there, it ended up being another. And this happened to me even. And if it's just not working out and you're dreading going to work every single day, maybe you're not getting along with your coworkers or your boss and it's just not fun, and you're just not happy there. If it's happening for more than a few weeks or a few months, there's no reason to continue wasting your time at something that's you're just not enjoying. So sign number 6, if you're sleeping a lot, if you just have no motivation or interest to go out, to explore, to make new friends, and you're just generally unhappy. I mean, this is also kind of another side of depression, but a lot of times when you're abroad and it's just more overwhelming than you were expected, sometimes you just don't feel like doing things. You just don't have the energy to do that. And especially if you're learning a new language, it can make you super tired and just want to be at home and sleep and rest. But if it gets to the point where you just have no more drive to be at the place you're at, then maybe it's better just to go home and take care of yourself and get yourself healthy again. So if you find yourself in any one of those situations, probably several of those situations, and things just don't seem to be improving, then maybe it's just time to book your ticket and go home. But if you find yourself, maybe it's just one weekend like that, or a week here and there, it's just, a bad week or something, or a bad day, then maybe it's not time to go home yet. But I would say if it's definitely over a couple of months consecutively, these issues aren't going away, then take care of yourself. Maybe it's time to go home and just regroup and get re-energized and find a new passion and just redirect. And it's okay. Actually, I think it's better to do that and learn from your mistake. I don't see it as a mistake. I see it as something you tried, it didn't work out. You can check that off your list and move on with your life. So anyway, just a note, I'm not like a therapist or counselor or psychologist or any of those sort of things, but these are just some signs that I recognized in my own situation that helped me realize, hey, you know what? It's okay, time to go home. If you have any other sign or recommendations, you can leave them in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.